What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about procrastination. How can we minimize procrastination in our life? I wanted to make this video because I am a big procrastinator, like a huge procrastinator. So as a big procrastinator, I have to find a way to minimize procrastination, otherwise my productivity goes down. So here is things that I do to minimize procrastination in my life. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am Tyrana and this is Tyrana TV, a place for entrepreneurship and self-development. We are all about taking control of our life. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, if that sounds like something you want to do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and welcome to the squad. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to the squad. Welcome. Don't make me do this silly dance and you don't actually subscribe. Like, I'm dancing for you, so you might as well subscribe. Like, hit that subscribe button, you know what I mean? Like, welcome. Anyway, time is the most valuable thing that we have. So I'm very cautious of how I use my time, even though I don't usually use my time efficiently. The problem is that we're living in the world of distraction these days. If it's not your phone, social media, your friends, if it's not your family, it's the TV. There is always something. Procrastination basically is not doing things that you know you are supposed to do, period. I have two things that I do, nothing else, nothing more. Two things that I do, and it works for me when I want to minimize procrastination. And I found out that at the end of every day I can proudly say, yes, I did something today. The first step that I do is to prepare in advance. This particular point, I have to expand on it because there is a lot of things that goes into preparing in advance. The reason why I procrastinate, and I'm sure many people procrastinate, is because, you know, when you just wake up and you're just like, oh, what shall I do today? Oh, I have this to do and that to do. You know, that lack of clarity, that uncertainty, it just shut my system down. If you know in advance the things that you want to do for the next day, the goals that you want to achieve, as well as the steps into achieving those goals, it makes it clear in your head what you have to do, and your motivation is high. It makes it more achievable, but you're more likely to drift away from things that you have to do when everything is blurry in your mind. Even if you are the most passionate person, and not just like, I don't want to do this. Because we all procrastinate, you know, we all want to be comfortable. It's easy for us to lay down and chill than to actually stand up and be like, right, I need to crack on with this, I need to do that, I need to do that. Unless you're from Mars, you know what I mean? That's why it takes effort, it takes discipline to actually do things that you're supposed to be doing. Now, let's talk about preparing your day in advance. For me, I like to take the time to think about those goals that I want to achieve. I take the time to break them down into steps. I think about where I'm going to start, where I'm going to end, how I'm going to get there, what are the things that I'm going to do, what are the steps that I'm going to take in order to achieve that goal. It makes it clear in my mind what my day is about. It makes it achievable. I like to make a to-do list after breaking my goals down into steps. I like to-do lists because it makes me feel like I have a clarity of what I have to do, and I have something that can remind me things that I have to do. It's important to have those written down, you know, that you can go back and say that, okay, I crossed the first thing because I did it already. I have that 4 steps to go. It makes things more organized. It makes me feel like I'm in control. It makes me feel like I'm being productive. I can see my progress. I can see how many things I've done so far, what I've got left to do, as opposed to just working from your mind like, oh, what shall I do now? Oh, I've got that to do too. Oh, I've got that to do. Oh, I'm finishing it now. What shall I do? You know exactly the steps that you'll have to take. You know that I finished this, now crack on with that. I finished that, I've got this to do. I finished that, I've got that to do. It sounds a bit simple and basic, but it's so effective. I used to like wake up and be like, okay, what shall I do today, when in fact I've got a lot of things to do, but my brain is like, I don't know. And I used to just pick the first thing and like, okay, I'm gonna start with this. After finishing with that, I'm like, okay, what next? Now I always joke down, I always write down things that I have to do the next day. It works for me. It makes me feel like I'm in control of my day. It makes me feel like I'm in control of things that I have to do. It makes me feel like I know exactly where I'm going. Pause. Another advantage of planning things in advance is that you get to visit your calendar for that day. It helps you to organize your day so you don't double book things. And that's me. I used to be a champion in double booking things. And I will wake up in the morning like, oh my god, I need to meet this person and I need to do this thing. At the same time, I'm like, oh my god, what shall I do? What shall I do? But since I started to kind of go through this process of planning my day in advance, you know, going through my goals, going through my steps, breaking them down into things that I need to do and how I move from one thing to another, my life is chill, man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's still a lot of work. There are still days where I procrastinate, but it's more achievable. You know, I wake up with the feeling that I can do this. Like, yeah, I know exactly what is coming. And the second step that goes into preparing my day in advance is visualizing. We already know that visualizing is one of the main key, if not the main key, in attracting things in your life. But in this case, it's mostly about joining the dots. Once I know already the steps into getting my goal, I know already what I'm doing, what is coming next, I like joining the dot in my mind, you know. I know that I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna do this, it's gonna take me that time, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do that, then that, and I can see myself doing these things. I can see myself going through that journey, you know, in achieving my goal, and that in a way I am creating my day. I know you guys know this stuff. Like, this is not magic. I'm not sitting here telling you things that you don't know. These things you know, it's just that we do not practice them. And yeah, that's why I love what I do, because I love reminding people how great they are. I love reminding people how much they have into them and they don't explore it. Make it a habit to visualize every step of your life. Well, maybe not every step, but things that really matter to you. When you take the time to create those things in your mind, you have that clarity, not only for yourself in terms of what you've got to do, but also for the universe claiming to manifest those things in your life. Preparing my day in advance has definitely helped me a lot to minimize procrastination in my life. So that's the first thing that I do when I'm trying to minimize procrastination in my life, is to prepare in advance. Now, the second thing that I usually do is to share my goals with my closest friends and family. Now, let me clarify. When I say share your dream with your closest friends, you need to be careful who you call your closest friends, okay? I made a video all about dream snatchers. You can check it here if you're interested. In that video, I talk about how dream snatchers are good to snatch your dream away, crush it into powder, blow it in the sea so you don't even get the remnants. So be careful who you call your friends. Now, going back to what I was saying, I like the fact that when I share things that I have to do with my friends and family, it kind of put a little pressure on me to do them, because I feel like they're expecting me to come back with the result, and that makes me more likely to do those things. So I definitely like to tell one or two people, because I feel like at the end of the day they will be like, hey, how was your day? And I'm like, did this and that today. Yeah. Maybe I didn't have the result that I wanted, or maybe I did have a great result. At least we talk about it and we encourage each other, and that is just fantastic. Just that's a great way to stay productive, to stay motivated, to kind of encourage each other. And yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. If you have anything else that you would like to add up to this video, I would love to hear from you. Please leave it in the comment below. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It makes me feel your love, you know what I mean? I feel your love. I will see you in another video. Peace.